now. Am I live? Oh my lord. Let's have a look. See if I'm live on here. It looked like I were live. It looked like I were. But then it wasn't. The cage system doesn't. Alright, okay, it looks like I'm live there. Am I live, guys? Am I live? Is there anybody there? Let's have a look. See what's going on here. Live. Live. I'm live. It says I'm live. Live viewers. Oh, hey up. It's a right rigmarole. I tell you what, I've been using this software. It's been great up until now. And the last few weeks, it's been awful. I thought I'd got myself all connected to the old Facebook again. But it looks like everybody's turning up. Come on. It isn't... there is no continuity. There is no continuity with this from all accounts. Let me just put a thumbnail up there. I created a thumbnail and everything. But obviously, it's like it doesn't want to play ball today. I don't know if I can save that and it will change that there. But this is the thing. Yep, hopefully that's right. Hopefully that hasn't cut me off. Hey up, Yorkshire salute. Well, it is Wednesday guitar class. Let me just check over on the old Facebook. The Book of Face. Yeah, something's going on there. And let me have a look here on the page then and make sure that that's all right. That says we're live. Hey up. There we go. We're live. It's a nightmare sometimes, this. And someone said, John, I think, in the fretboard fraternity says, Ricky, could you put some graphics along the bottom as well? And I'm just thinking, I don't know where my legs are today. I don't know where my head is. So it looks like we're live. It looks like we are live, guys. So there we go. Let's get rid of that there. We've got that there. We've got that there. We've got that there. Oh, and look, finally, people here rolling in. They're rolling in to the chat here. Oh, Aiden's, yes, you did. You avoided star jumps there by the looks of it. It's me again that's deserving of doing them. So let's have a little look at today's class that we're going to do today. The guitar class we're going to do today is, let me get some of this stuff out of the way. I think it might end up being 2 pages out of the book. It might be 2 lessons. So look, let it focus. It's not going to focus. There you go. You see my notes on there. Caged octaves. But we might end up doing the second page as well, because what I want to do is I want to get into some use cases of this thing as well, the cage system. If you have the book, then it's lesson 9, page 14 today. That's what it is. Lesson 9, page 14. If somebody could post that in the chat there, that would be much appreciated. And let's get these likes on the go. Let's get these likes. Let's see that. I want to see them likes going up now, guys. If this is your first time, then, you know, you just like it, and you might as well subscribe while you're at it at the same time. So, if you don't have the book, however, then what we have to do is I have to show you this. You can buy my book just here. Is that it? No, it's just here. That's the one. That's the finger. So you can buy it just there, rickysguitar.com. It's available in spiral-bound, paperback, and an e-version, of which you can get on my website. The others are on Amazon and Lulu. The spiral-bound, I think, is one of probably the better formats. And, you know, you can get, there are mugs. You will see those as well. This is a major pentatonic book. This will tie in today to today's lesson. Yes? this will tie into today's lesson. So somebody watched the replay. Somebody watched a replay of last week's lesson, and they didn't like how much I waffled. Well, they don't know what goes on at Wednesday's live guitar class. Obviously, if they did, then they would understand what this is all about. Yes, so I'm going to do some housekeeping, and the housekeeping is this. If this is your first time on the channel, thank you, welcome for coming along. I appreciate you taking time out of your day to come and look at my ugly mug on YouTube. I would think that it would be probably a good idea for you to subscribe so you don't miss out on any of this stuff as well. So what I like to do generally, and this is kind of the way it works, I like to say hello to people and then I get into the lesson. I will get into the lesson, and then once the live stream has finished, I'll go back in and I'll put a timestamp of when the lesson starts so you can miss all the waffle at the beginning. But the waffle is being part of the community here. If you are here in the chat, this is the family here. These are all the fret heads here, guys. These are all the people. We have a lovely time. They chat in the chat column there, and I like to say hello to people. I do. I really do. At home as well, you know. When I'm out, I'll say hello to anybody. Me, I'm one of those. I'm the strange guy. If you've ever been to London, nobody talks to anybody on the underground. Nobody. They all kind of look at each other suspiciously. And me, I'm the gurning idiot. Yeah, it was like saying hello, hey up, how you doing? How you doing to everybody? Make sure everybody's all right. I don't know. I like to talk to people. That's what it is. Some people think it's waffle, but it isn't. It's human connection, guys. It's like, you know, it's like there's not enough. There's not enough in the world. So if you have no patience for the live class, then what you might want to do is wait until, you know, we take these long videos and we dissect them and pull them to bits and turn them into shorter videos with just the information. So it is still worth subscribing. However, the tangents may be cut out. People like the tangents because that's how the tangents start. The tangents generally start with a bit of waffle. Okay? Yes? It's your face. Cheers, Dave. Cheers, Dave. Love you, mate. It's your face that's the problem. Thank you. Right, you see, this is how real it gets. This is how real it gets. So you don't want to miss out on those nuggets. There will be nuggets. There's always nuggets and tangents along the way. So hit that subscribe. You'll get a notification. If you are part of my fretboard fraternity, let me just switch my graphics over here, guys. I have created a free community. Yes, it's absolutely free. You're more than welcome to come along and talk about guitar stuff on there. That's what we do. We talk about guitars, we share pictures of guitars, and it's just a nice place to hang out. Yes, it's just a nice place to hang out. Be yourself. There's no ads and there's no big tech tracking. My God, do we feel like we're under the cosh these days? Yes, and it's nice to have somewhere that is just not. It's not about anything else than guitars. Nothing else is allowed. It's a space where you can just be yourself, share your love of guitar and all that sort of stuff. Lots of people having lots of interesting conversations in there. So I created that for you, and it's called the Fretboard Fraternity. Now, I know it says fraternity, and in today's age, I should say it's fraternity means brotherhood, but it isn't. It's brothers. Look, if you're a lady and we're friends, yes, I'm going to call you bro. That's it. So you're a brother as well. We're all brothers. Doesn't matter. So, Vicky visits the Fretboard Fraternity. She just doesn't have much to say. That's fine. Just have a gaze at the guitars that people are posting in there. People are doing builds and mods and all sorts of different things. So I love that. So that's my housekeeping done with. It is now time for roll call. I think I can be excused for being a little bit late because the connection wasn't working for some unbeknownst reason, technology. But as people roll in here, they know the drill is if you roll in late, you've got to do what? 10 star jumps in the corner, right? We're going to do that, but here's the roll call. I'm going to say hello to everybody. I'll try and keep it short, so if I miss anybody out, then I apologise. I'll try and say hello to people whose first time it is here, and please guys in the chat, welcome new people who are new to the chat as well, because it's all about this connection, isn't it? So, Rocket67, A up. Bob P, A up. Thunder Ace, hello, my friend. Empty Space. I heard that. Space is big. I saw that written on a wall once. Space is big, and it stuck. I don't know why. And it's true. So, Bob P from Alexandria. Siegfried Gotts as well. Roy Larkey. Good day, sir. From OK. I'm assuming that's Oklahoma. Major Pentatonic, he's a regular. Look, you can see it with that Telecaster. Steve Pinhead, yeah, I haven't seen you for a while, dude. Brian, David Doty, live and kicking, wonderful. Michael Davies, Drayton Green, hey up, Chuck. I'm a real boy, Roy Larkey. I am a real boy. Yeah, that's it. That's the one. Up from Hertfordshire, first time on the live. Martin Bailey. Yes, big round of applause, please, for Martin for rocking up for the first time on the live. You might have got an email or something like that. If you're on my mailing list, we've started mailing you out when these lives are so that you don't miss them. Okay, Telefunken in the house. Geeta Ashok. Hi. Yeah, Keatang78, hello from Atlanta. There we go. Chuck Birdsong, I can get you on my phone only. Oh, well, if you refresh the thing, it will be available there. If you can watch it again, you know, if you want to, you know. Then that's up to you. Simon Edwards, good day, mate. Dave Blakemore, we've already had words, Dave. I've got the cut of your jib, sir. I know what you're like. Siegfried says, hello and good evening to everyone from Stuttgart, Germany. Very excited to see how I can use the caged octaves. Indeed, it's a very, very useful lesson. It's Dave's first time, so we won't be too harsh on him, even though he was harsh on me. Yeah, but that's okay. Bit of banter, we love it. Made it! JF, made it. Well done. Thank you very much for turning up. Time Surfing Alien. Whew. It's a good name, is that, actually, isn't it? You know, Jasmine Elec, yay, favourite time of the week. Oh, thank you very much, I appreciate that. Robin Tate, he's in the house. Oh, Robin, I say that, Robin, right, it's equally a lady's name. You'll have to let us know, Robin, as well. Cats Rule, yes, they do indeed. I'm particularly enjoying cat videos at the moment. Vicky DeMeo, she's here. Daniel's in the house. Daniel Mabue. Ayup. Yes, indeed. Vijater from Brazil. Adalberto from Brazil. Brazil. Thank you for coming along. Hang on. We've got a rock star in here. We've got Al Bain. Hello. It's just a simple hello from Al. David Doty. Star jumps. I'm not doing star jumps. I can give the punishment, but I can't take it. Roy Larkey, I bought your workbook today. Thank you. Thank you. Happy me for you believing in the work that I do. Aidan, did I avoid star jumps? I think you did, actually, just about. Dave Orminsky, A up. T. Childs, hi. A up. Still live. Nancy Parsons, A up, Nancy. Ian Campbell, A up from South Yorkshire. Yes. Yeah. Does that mean you're a southerner? I don't know. We'll have to think about that one. Stuart Smith, hello all. John Essam, finally made it to a live session. Ecky Thump. Do you know what? We have to have something like that. Do we have one? No, we don't have an Ecky Thump, but we do have an E-by Gum. E-by Gum! Yes, we have an E-by Gum. So, John, that was for you there. Ron Maxfield, hello. You finally made it, South Central Kentucky. Jerry Lindy, waiting for PDF Club. So am I, mate. But let me just give you a little update on PDF Club. PDF Club is going to be something that we're going to launch where we're going to have, this is how it's going to work. Don't know prices yet. Still got to work things out. But annual subscription and a lifetime subscription. Yeah, and that's what I'm going to be offering. But what that means is that you get all the PDFs that I create for my all my YouTube videos, for all my lives as well. Because I don't do PDFs for the lives. It's a lot of work. So I don't do those. But what it ends up being is you end up with, like, for each month, there's 4 uploads and 4 lives. So 8 lessons go in there in a month. And I think that's going to be good place to be. We're building it out. Mrs. Ricky and actually Miss Ricky, my daughter, they're padding it all out. They're adding all the stuff. I've shown them what to do, what to put up. They're putting all the stuff up there, so it's going to come preloaded with a year's worth of lessons, all archived, month by month, with the PDFs and all that business. Looking really excited to launch that, but there's just a bit of tech. It's the tech stuff on the back end that's holding it all up. Sean, you got no notification. I'll have to have a look at that. I'll have a look in. I'll have a look in the back end, and I'll have a look in the back end, and I'll see if there's anything going untoward there, and have a look. Sadie says arse book. Facebook, arsebook. You know, my dear mum, my late mum, she used to say that, some people don't know their arse from their elbow, or their arse, and some people don't know their arse from the face, or something like that. But yes, I get it. Facebook, it's horrible, isn't it? It can be horrible. It's good for my Facebook group. If you're in my Facebook group, I like that destination there. That's cool. But for the most part, it's not great. So press the like button. Yes, press that like button. Stuart Smith, John, A up all lad. Hang on, have I got an A up all lad? I know. I've got a now then lad. Now then, yes. So welcome, John. Matt Cochran, A up. Ricky Rocks, A up from Washington State. Phil James is in the house, everyone. Greetings, everyone else. Greetings, everyone else. NKN, Christine in Norway. Hello, hoping all is well. You wouldn't believe it. I've had to close my curtains here, yeah, so that the light looks wonderful and I don't look old and decrepit. Yeah, so it's like one of those Snapchat vanity filters. I have to do it like that. It's bloody mafting out there. Yeah, it's absolutely glorious. The sun's shining. Oh, mafting, that's a Yorkshire word, means hot. It means warm. It's the climate is warm, so it's mafting. Yes, put in there what the local colloquialism is that you say for when it's really hot. Do you have one? I don't know. You see, we have words like ginnel and snicket. Yes, and that means a passage between two houses. You'll have a ginnel. Some people call them ginnels. On the other valley. Yeah, so it changes. It's fascinating, is Yorkshire. So let's have a look. Where are we? Where? On my neck. A up from Colorado, Brian. So we've got Greg Howard. A up. Renee Hartman. And let's have a look. Claude. Hello. Let's have a look. Billy Joe's finally ordered my book. Please. Thank you. Hang on. Billy Joe. Let's have a look. What do we have there? We have this one. Thank you very much, Billy Joe. I really appreciate that. You see, I'm almost becoming like some kind of DJ here. Yes, I just need to put some tunes on in the background. Wayne Johnson, glad to be here first time. Yes, welcome, Wayne. Thank you very much. Let's get... That's for Wayne there. Got the bouquet up, I did. Sean says, Maria Muggs Davies. Maria. Let's have a look. So I'm going down here. Jasmine. Let's have a look. Alan Mackey. Greetings from Tennessee. I'm scrolling. Spiral Bound is the best. Evening meditation. Relaxing meditation. Hey up, Ricky. Thank you very much. Patrick's in the house. Let's have a look. Scott Slate. You like waffles? Well, you're going to get them. Graham Penfold. I'm scrolling down here, guys, and there's a lot going on here. So you try, Roy, send me an email to it asked me to revertive a code sent to my email, but no code there. I've tried several times. Roy, if you want to send me an email, support@rickysguitar.com. Yes, and I'll just type that in there. Not 2, 3. support@rickysguitar.com. Yeah, and what I'll do is I'll have a look use the email address that you used to sign up, and I'll get you in there. Don't worry about that. That's put me right down to the bottom. Guitar Jams. Have I ever thought about going towards more advanced lessons? Yes, I've got loads of advanced lessons for you guys. Let me just scroll back, and then let's have a look. See what's what. See Marcel LeBlanc. Yes, I've just frightened of missing somebody off here. But I am going to get going with this. How long are we in? We're 20 minutes in, guys, and I'm just saying hello to you all. I need a way of doing this a little bit more efficiently, I think. Yes, hotter than 40 hells. Hot, stinking. You can fry an egg. It's stinking. I like that. Dean Villiers, first time. Croissant. Oh, Welsh. We've got we've got Wales in the house. Michael Davies. So Gary Fife. I am sorry. I am sorry if I missed anybody off, but I think 20 minutes in, that's a good amount of waffle. I think it's a good amount of waffle. So much waffle has gone on that I need to take a sup from my cup. See? Poet. Didn't know it. Rhyme. So this is going to feature in today's lesson. Okay, let's get cracking with this then. With this lesson. So, like I say, we're going to look at caged octaves. Now, the thing is, some people don't see the value in the caged system. And some people say it's rubbish and they poo-poo it and everything else like that. But as far as I've worked out, the guy that really became the most known person for spreading this idea of the cage system was a jazz guitarist called Joe Pass. Yeah. Now, that guy was a genius on guitar. Yeah, an absolute legend. Yeah, he's up there. He's up there as one of those. He's in the top tier list of guitarists as being a legend. Yes. So for me, if it's good enough for Joe Pass, it's good enough for me. If Joe Pass wants to call it the cage, he wouldn't have called it cage system. Well, he might have called it cage something. The C shape, A shape, G shape, E shape, and D forms of chords. He boiled it down to that. Yeah, and that's how I've come to understand it, is that that's the origin. There might be somebody before him, I don't know, but that's as far as I'm concerned. That's the story, you know. And sometimes, you know, you don't want to let the truth get in the way of a good story, because as long as you remember the story, it doesn't matter really. Yes. So anybody who is saying that the cage system is crap, just shut up, really. You unless you have the same stature, yeah, in guitar history as Joe Pass, not going to listen. I'm sorry. It's the equivalent, I think, of being a flat earther. And the thing is, yeah, just because it doesn't work for that person, if you don't get the cage stuff, then the thing is, it doesn't mean it's not going to work for somebody else. And this is the thing about guitar knowledge, is it's that there can be this elitist, I'm going off on a rant, aren't I? There can be this elitist perspective of that isn't valid, but this is. You know, this one should do it this way. One should do, you know, you shouldn't use tab. Oh, you should only read standard notation. So there's all this hoo-ha of ways that we should do it. But the thing is, as long as we get into it, as long as we learn how to play a guitar, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, because at the end of the day, and I always say this is about learning it for you and getting the best things out of it for yourself, for nobody else. For nobody else. Okay, that's the thing. So my advice is, if you see somebody saying, CAGED system, it's pointless or whatever, then they've never explored it enough, and not enough to really understand how it works. And like I say, this is the thing that once I understood this, it was like I was everywhere. There's a few more other things that it ties into in the book as well, I think, the CAGED system, that I'm going to go through. So one of the things I think as well is that we kind of, and I mentioned this last week, that the piano is the kind of the bedrock of learning all music theory and understanding music, yes, and seeing notes, jump from the page, onto an instrument. So it's usually the piano. I'm bashing the hell out of my guitar. It's usually the piano that we do that. But the thing is, it's very easy to see that. And the piano framework, it's got white keys and black keys. It's very easy to see what's going on there. But when we look at this, yeah, we've got dots, yeah, but not much else. That's it. It isn't obvious where everything is. So the CAGED system is essentially a framework and navigational tool to help you to find everything on the neck. And when I mean everything pitch-based. I mean chords, scales, and arpeggios. Yes, because that's all we have, chords, scales, arpeggios. There's nothing else. Add rhythm, you've got music, okay? Now, the way I kind of visualize it, and this is why I've drawn it out like that, with the colours and stuff in the book. Oh, can you see it? Let's see if it'll focus. Oh, it's got my face in there. Yeah, if I hide my face, there you go. Right, you can see I've done it in colour, because the thing is, I remember reading something about the London Underground, the tube system in the London Underground. Now, if you don't have a map for the London Underground, good luck. Yeah, trying to get from one part of London to the other part of London. You're not going to do it. Yeah, well, it'll take you forever. Yeah, so you need that map, and I love that map. It's one of those things that is just so beautifully designed, with those colours and everything. The Northern Line is a different colour to the Piccadilly line and all that stuff. So we've got to use it in that similar way, and that's exactly how we're really framing this idea of the CAGED system. Okay, so yeah, and once you've done that, then you can find, the stations. If you're at one station and you want to get to another station, you use the map and you can find those other stations. You can travel everywhere really freely, and if you've used the underground and you know how to use it, it's very easy to get to places really quick. You can explore London quite quickly, and that's what we want here. We want to be able to explore this fretboard as well. So let me just say something about CAGED. Most people explain CAGED as being for chords. And CAGED isn't just for chords. It isn't just for chords. It is for chords, scales, and arpeggios. Because what I want to first explain is there is something called, and I wonder if I could if I should just zoom in here. Let's have a look. Is that the right one there? If I zoom in here, yeah, I'm going to move down this end of the neck here, right? There is something that I call the chord, scale, and arpeggio relationship. So if we take this, there's the chord. So you can hear, there's the chord there, guys. You can see it's this diagonal shape that runs from the thicker strings to the thinner strings there, okay? So we've got that there. Now what we also get there, we've got the scale. I'll just play up one octave there. Yeah? Now I can take that shape and I can play the arpeggio as well. So we've got chord, scale, arpeggio. And once you understand that idea that chord, scale, and arpeggio are in the same place, then it means you can turn any shape from the CAGED system into a chord, a scale, or an arpeggio. And the idea is you just break it down into chunks that you can manage. I always say, how do you eat an elephant? Yes, even though it's morally wrong because they are an endangered species. Yes, how do you eat an elephant? You wouldn't just try and scoff it all in one go, because you couldn't physically do it because it's bigger than your gob. Yes, bigger than your mouth. Yes. So what you'd have to do is chop it up into small bite-sized pieces, and that's the same with any part of this information. Yes. So yeah, this is I think it's probably the best tool to help you to understand the fretboard. That's really its job, right? Okay. So we're going to use this for finding chords, scales, and arpeggios. So yes, let's have a look. What have I got? Oh, what it also is good for is for transposing your licks and your ideas into other voices on the guitar. You know my shtick. I talk about how the guitar has 4 voices. I kind of think of it as 4 voices, kind of like Goldilocks and the 3 Bears. Yeah. So here's Baby Bear. Here's Mummy Bear. Here's Goldilocks. Here's Mummy Bear. And here's Daddy Bear. Right? No, that's stupid, right? But the thing is, you can hear we have these voices, and you know, I will say it's nice to get up the dusty end of the neck. So let's make sure that we can do that by exploiting all the voices on the guitar. This is the thing, and that makes it more interesting. And one of the key reasons is if you're jamming with somebody and they're here playing the open chords, yes, yeah, you can go, you know, and you can play whatever I played there, but I can play them in a different position, and I can find them in other different positions as well. We'll get into that anyhow. So let's have a look at this. I think what we need to do then really is if I just go over it. Now, why is it called CAGED? The CAGED system. And basically it's for the sequence of shapes that we get in our cowboy chords. So look at this. Okay? That's the C shape. C shape cowboy chord. There, yeah? There, we got this, okay? So there's the C shape. The next shape is going to be the A shape. Okay? Simple. You play it like that, play it like that, play it like that. However you play it. The G shape is the next one. You can play it the 3-fingered G, the 4-fingered G. It doesn't matter. It's still a G shape. There's the E shape, and then there's a D shape. Wonderful. Okay, so we take that, those shapes there, those are the only shapes. Now I kind of put a little caveat in there because I see these chord posters, these making the low strings making my speakers rattle. Sorry about that. Let me keep my volume down a little bit on that actually. Yeah. So what it is I see these chord posters and it goes A B C D E F G chord wise. And the thing is, the A chord, yes, it's a CAGED shape. The A chord is a CAGED shape. So I just want you to think about this. Right, there's the A chord. The A chord. If I want a B chord, there, in the closest proximity to that, it's going to be an A shape. It's still the same shape. I've just moved it up. The G shape. Yeah, E shape. F. The F shape. It's really an E shape. Look, there's the E shape. Move it up a half step, put my bar on. That's an F chord. Yes, but the cool thing is that and then there's the D shape as well, just to finish those 5 off. Okay, so C, A, G, E, D. Those 5 chords. So what we can do, and this is the most common way it gets shown, is we can move this up the guitar neck. So because we have 5 shapes, any chord that we have is available in any of those 5 shapes. So if I take a C chord here, look at this. There's the C there. Now, because the C chord shape, memorize this, guys. If you've got a pen and some paper there or whatever, write it down, yeah? The C shape and the A shape, you only use 5 strings. You start on the A string down, you go use the A string, D string, G string, B string, and thin E string. Those are the strings that you use. It's a 5-string chord. Yes, in its cowboy version here, like this. Okay. The next two shapes that we get that use the same number of strings. C shape, A shape uses 5. G shape uses all 6 strings. The E shape uses all 6 strings as well. Okay, so we've got that there. This is useful to know. Now, the last shape out of them is the D chord. That uses 4 strings. Now, I was saying in a lesson a few weeks ago that really what you want to be able to do is you need to be able to play any chord in the smallest shape possible, which is the D shape. Yeah, so when it comes to building all those expensive sounding chords, you need to be able to do that and make sure that that works here on a 4-string chord. That's a whole different lesson, but just to kind of get that in, frame that in your mind, you should be able to play any chord realistically. It might not be, you might not need it, to be fair. Yeah, you might not need to, but it's definitely worth, if you want to become Guitar George, you need to know all the chords. Then you've got the CAGED system and you can play any chord right down to the 4-stringed D chord. Hopefully that makes sense. Okay, so got that going on there. Now, like I said before, just to show you that this CAGED thing, I'm using chords. There's the C chord, yeah, and because the C shape uses 5 strings, yes, what I do is that 3rd finger becomes the root note for my A shape. Look, so there's my A shape. So C shape, A shape, but it's still a C chord. There's only 3 notes in this. This is a C, E, G, C, E, okay? Right, we've got this here. We've got C, G, C, E. Yes? And then we've got a G here. I'm a bit out of tune here. Okay, but that'll do. Close enough for rock and roll. So we've got these here. Now, as it goes up the sequence, we've got C chord, C shape, A shape, and then what happens is we get this part that I call the intersect. If we look at the A chord there, yeah, there's these 3 notes here. That A shape, you might have seen it in one of my lessons, I call it the 5R3, which is a second inversion. Right, now if I'd use that there as my barring point and put a G shape on, it's awkward. I don't like it. That now becomes my new root note here, which is at the 8th fret on the E string, the thick E string here. So this is a G-shaped C. Now, the way that I prefer to play it, as I play it with like this, because this is, yeah. So I'll play that there. So C shape, A shape, I call this the G shape. And then, because the G shape would be on this E string, you remember the G shape and the E shape share the same string, yes, the same 6-string thing. We play the bar chord here. This is the C using an E shape. Look, so bar chord there. If I take that first finger off, slide it all the way down, you can see it's an E shape. So look there. That's the easiest one, I think, to see. The E shape is there. Now, what we have to do, we have to jump over, and then what we can do is we can get this here. Like, look, we get the D shape up here. You can just play it like this, or play it with the standard fingers that you would use for a D shape. And then what happens is, because look, we've got to the 12th fret, which is essentially the same as the head note. It means everything begins again. So let me put this on here. My glasses are awful at this distance. So there's a C shape again. So we've gone C shape, A shape, G shape, E shape, and then we get this, I'm going to play it like this, yeah, D shape, and then we're back to the C shape up here again. Now, that's the chords. And that's generally as much as people get into, and they see that that is a good thing. So it makes sense if somebody's playing down here, yeah, and you're jamming with them, and they're down there, then what you're doing is you're getting 2 voices and you're mixing up those textures, and it's not all sounding like washy, out of phaseness when 2 guitars are playing exactly the same chords. Same thing would apply if you were recording a song as well, I would say. be mindful of that. And you could even take, you know, a D shape. Look at the D shape. If I take a D shape up here, yeah. So while that's down here, you see, this is the same chord. It's just up in this sort of Goldilocks voicing, if you want to think about it in that way. So here, sorry, in this position here, this is Daddy Bear, Goldilocks. Yeah, so there's lots of different ways of kind of just making sense of those voices in there. Now, what we need to do then is to find these caged octaves, which is the thing that we really want to do with this. And if I just play them, I'm just going to play the caged octaves. And this is the thing that once you've got this, take a look at where we are in the timing of this, yes? We're going to do this. There is the C chord. Now what we're doing is we're removing the third, we're removing the fifth, and we're just keeping the root notes. Yes, we're just keeping the root notes. That's all that's happening. So there's the root note that we know for the C chord. But you don't know, you might not know, there is another one here. Yeah, so that one and that one there. So those are the two root notes. Now when you know how this sequence works, that's all the C's. That's every C all the way up the neck. Yeah, you can find them easily like this. Okay, so this is a good way of doing this. Okay, that's connecting them all up. But what you can do is you can just still, like I say, you know, how do you eat an elephant? One chunk at a time. So let me just go through where the root notes are in all 5 of those shapes and find those octaves, because there is another use case for these octaves as well. So the C shape is there. Let's look at the A shape. The A shape, we've got an open A string, yeah, and then we've got 5 R3. Well, the R is the root note, which is the same there as that one. Now, the way we see this one is you go up 2 frets over 2 strings. It's a bit like how you move pieces on a chessboard. Yeah, so I can move this idea up as well. Look, so there's this note here is the C. There it is again there, look. So that's the C-shaped octave. And all I was doing is I joined the C shape and the A shape together, because that's the sequence. The whole thing is stick with the caged word. Yeah. I mean, you can invert it. You could decage. You could start on the E, you know, which you might do if you're starting on an E string. You might do it that way. But really, just all you're doing is following that little acronym, and it's super useful and easy for you to remember. Okay, there. Okay, doing with the different shapes for the same chord should be drawn and put down with X case. It's just too fast for me, Ricky. You can always rewind there, NKN. Yeah, you can always rewind. Remember, they're in the book. Yeah. They're in the book. Hang on, where is it? There you go. There. The diagrams are in the book. Everything's in the book. There's supporting lessons. And don't forget, yeah, I've done videos. There's more than this video about the cage system octaves on my channel. You know, and what I'll do is I'll put those in the comments after or something like that. After this live, yeah. It's save this. You're not going to die. If you eat a full elephant, are you going to digest it in one sitting? No, you're not. So that's what's important about this. But just take this idea that the cage system is useful, and it comes from these 5 shapes. Yeah. So C shape, A shape. Now the next shape which I played was this horrible one. That is the G shape. Yeah. So if I play a G chord here. Yes, the G chord, we've got 6 strings here, guys. Yes, there's 6 strings. 3 of them are root notes. So that's a very rooty sounding chord, if that makes sense. It's very, very strong sounding chord because there's 3 root notes. Root note on the thick E string, root note on the open G string, and then we have a root note on the thin E string because E strings mirror each other. So the thick E string and the thin E string, they're going to have the same notes on them. Okay? Okay? Yeah, David just mentioned something about triad shapes. Now, the thing is, you can overlay these CAGED chords, and you can tie them into the 3 master triad patterns, which I have done a video on my channel as well. Yeah, and there's a PDF linked inside that as well if you want that one. But so if we take that, those 3, then that gives us the G-shaped octaves. Now you can look at it as, I think of this one as belonging more to the E shape. So if we look at this, there's a G-shaped G. I'll play it there. I'll play it a bit more like the Oasis version. There's a G-shaped G. And look at this, where I'm coming from. Same point. Here's an E-shaped G. Yeah, so I'm going from a G shape to an E shape. Does this make sense? Look, so now the thing is, like I showed you, if I try and bar this up here, I can do it, but it's not pleasant. There's a G-shaped C, so I can do the same thing here. But like I say, I'm lazy. I've got stumpy sausages, and I like to play it that way. Yeah? Yeah? That's a nice way of playing it in this first inversion voicing here. Yeah. Lovely. Yes, it's a lovely kind of voicing of that chord. But I'm still thinking that it's a C chord. Look, because if I put that root note on there. Yeah. So we've got that there. Okay, so there is the G shape. Now let's put, we know this one. But the thing is, you can strip this away. Now, because this is 6 strings, again, what happens is we get, yeah, this goes up 2, over 2. Just going back to the G shape, like I say, I think about the E string as being an intersect note between the 2 shapes. That's the common note between the G shape and the E shape. So really, when I look at this octave, this G-shaped octave, I think about it coming from the G string. Yeah, there. That's it there. It goes, any note on the G string, you go up 1, 2, 3 frets, yes, and over 2 strings. And you get this here. And I remember when I first heard it, and it was like, this one here. I'll come back to that in a minute. But this, it's like any note, you can find it like that, just using that shape there. Okay, so that's a good way of doing it. That's any note. That was a B flat, by the way. Yeah, so that up an octave again. So it's up 2 octaves. But what we can do is we can put it in under this E shape here. So we get 3 root notes for the price of 1 in that shape, yeah? Those just add up together there. Now, the D chord, is Billy No Mates, doesn't share with any of the other shapes. Yeah, so if we look at a D chord, what happens with a D chord? Yeah, we've got an open D string. When I say D chord, I mean D shape, yeah? Yeah, and then if we look at this, this is a 5R3 second inversion chord. 5R, there's the root. Again, so if we play an open D string, and then we play the 3rd fret on that B string there, we get another D there. Okay? Same note, just an octave apart. Now, what we could do then is, that means if we start on any note on the D string, we can play that same thing, and you'll notice it goes up 1, 2, 3 frets over 2 strings, just like the G shape. And I can take my minor pentatonic, and we can look at that. If you look at if I played up my minor pentatonic like this, stopped on that D string, you can see where that is, where that D-shaped octave is there. Yeah. Now I carried up my scale. There's the G-shaped octave. Okay? And this is what I thought. I saw this. You remember that? You know that one? The first two notes are a D-shaped octave. There's another note that fills in between it before it goes to a G-shaped octave. Yeah? Yeah? So that... Initially, I read once that Slash said it started out as something that was a warm-up exercise that became a song. It's crazy, isn't it? So that's what we've got going on there. So the D shape and the G-shaped octave are the same thing, right? Okay. John says you can be used for minor chords. Yes. Okay. Let me delve into that. Okay, this is another lesson in the book. If you take an E chord, look, we've got the 5R3. This is a tangent. This is a tangent, right? Tangent there, right? Okay, so this is a major chord. Fifth root, major third. That's why the chord's major, because it's got a major third. If I lower that down one, I get a minor third. So now the chord is minor. Now it becomes a minor there, okay? Now, this is an A major chord. Fifth root, major third. If I lower the third one fret, it becomes minor. But it's a 5R3 chord, just like the E shape. If we look at this D chord, same. I've only got 3 fingers on for those 3 shapes. 5R3. The R is the root. Yes, okay. The 3, if we take that 3, it's a major 3. And then we drop it down 1, it becomes a minor 3. So look. So we can transfer this information all the way up the neck as well. So it's pretty cool. Look at this. So if I take that E minor there, and I could take this D minor here, look. Right, I'm going to borrow this thick E string here. I'm going to move this D minor shape up a whole step. Now it becomes an E minor chord, but it's using a D minor shape. So it's still a caged idea. I'm going to borrow this E here to make that simpler. Yeah, so you can hear you've got that sad quality there, and you can move this anywhere. So that's D minor, E minor, because chords move up the guitar neck like notes. You know how notes, the notes that are next to each other, the E and F and the B and C, because we know that eggs fried, bacon crispy. Yeah, so we could do the same thing here. Look, here we've got D minor, move it up a whole step, there's an E. Because E and F are next door to each other, this is going to be F minor. Oh, right, okay. Sad one is that one. That sounds sadder than D minor. Yeah. It does. And if you've seen Spinal Tap, you'll know that D minor is the saddest of all chords. So there's the F minor. If I move it up a whole step, I get G minor. A whole step, I get A minor. Move up a whole step, I get B minor. Move up a half step, I get C minor. So I can use these. And then what will happen is as you start learning your scales and stuff, then what you'll see is that there is an A minor. So you can see now I'm playing an A minor, but using an E shape. Again, this is the same thing that I was doing there. Here, so, and I've just expanded my territory and I've widened the range of the voice of the neck. You know, the voices I can access on the neck. You know, so here's so that's a really kind of cool way of looking at it. But like I say, that means that once we've pulled those shapes out, the C shape, it's pretty easy to see that one, because you take your middle finger off and you've got the shape. It's there. You don't have to visualize too much. You don't have to really count strings and frets that much, because it's there like this. Now, let me just show you a good use case for the C shape. If I take my blues, if I take my minor pentatonic here, that's a 5-note scale. It's a minor pentatonic. Now, you don't need to learn a whole new bunch of scales if you want to learn minor pentatonic. All you need to do is to understand how this octave thing works, yeah, and apply it to the scale that you have already. What we're going to do is we go, those are the first two strings that we play, the 5, 8, 5, 7 on the E and the A strings. Now, what we've got is we've got the 4th and we've got the 5th here. We get the flat 5 here, which is the blues sounding note. So that goes there, and that moves, that is in between that 4th and 5th. Now, when you play that, it adds a little bit of tension to that scale because it's an outside note to that chord, to the underlying chord or to the scale. So if I play this, you can hear that note doesn't want to go. So don't stick around on the flat 5. Now, here's the thing. Where else does that live? Well, what I can do is I can use my caged octaves. Look, so there's my flat 5 there. I just use the C shape to bridge over onto the B string and find the note. There's the note there. And I can go up as well using the A shape in the sequence. C shape, A shape, C, A, G, E, D. So C shape, A shape, yeah? Now if I add that there on the G string, now I've got okay, so now I've turned that into a minor blues just by adding that one note. That's the power of this. So look, but I could also have it here as well. This is the same note. It's just on a different string, so it's got a different timbre, but I can use that now. I can, instead of being like this, yeah, I can go. I can use it as an approach note. So I really like doing that. That's a nice way of playing that. I go from the root to the flat 3rd, which is outlining the triad. Flat 5, resolve up onto the 5th there. Yeah, so the thing is, it becomes one of those things that I can use it here, I could use it here. Yeah. Yeah, and that sounds different. It just gives you a different way of thinking and rearranging your notes. And actually, so that's the flat, no, it's not the flat 4, it's the flat 5 there, Sean. It's the flat 5. Okay, Sadie's away to the folk club. To the flat 5, so we've got flat 5. Yeah, so there's the 4th, there's the 5th, there's the flat 5. Now, in this minor blues, it's going to be called a flat 5. If this was a major or a dominant, I'd probably be calling it a sharp 4 or a sharp 11. But we don't want to get into that because, do you remember interval seesaw, Sean? The interval seesaw lesson that we did a while ago, about a month ago on the channel. Everybody used the flat 5. Yeah. Yeah. I've forgotten what the riff is. Yeah, Ace of Spades. That's the one. So, yeah. Lemmy Kilmaster did Killmaster. Yeah, so we've got that there. So that's another way of really using that. Now, here's the one that I use all the time, and I love this idea because what it means is I can take that any of these caged octaves, and I can use them to play the same thing. I'm going to pick on this C shape for a minute, yeah? Now, if I take that first part of that blues scale that I had there, I'm starting on a D here, so it's a D minor blues. Now, if I don't want it in that voice, what I can do, I played the same lick, put an extra note in. Yeah, so look here, this is on the D here, so it's a D minor blues. So what this does is it helps me to bridge over from the A and D string pair onto the B and the E string pair. So Ron, are there any videos on YouTube with me jamming with the band? Not that I know of. I have some, but it's just like I don't feel like putting them up because they cut if the covers and they get flagged, and then you get channel strikes, and then you're asking for bother on. So anyhow, so hopefully that makes sense with the C shape. But look, you can do this with any of those. So if I took that, I'm going to transpose that back down to C, where I showed it in the first place. So look, when I did this before, yeah, all that business there. Phil James says, would you be classed as a compound interval? Technically, yeah, but the note's the note. So it's the same thing. You're gonna be kind of complicating things, but hopefully this will make sense. So if I play that lick here, yeah. Now if I play it here, so I've got the same thing in there. Now I'm onto my A-shaped octave. Now I have to be careful here because what happens is I'm on the G string. When I'm on the G string to the B string, I have to do that compensation by moving up a fret. So what would look like you would play this there, you have to move up a fret. So okay. Okay, so hopefully. Now what I can do is I'm on this, I've played my A shape, the next shape, C shape, A shape, G shape's next. Same lick. Timbra's different here. There, right, cool. Move it over into the E shaped octave. Yeah, so there, that's the E shape. Now I can move up onto this note. So I've just transposing it. I've just got these different spots. Now, one of the important ones that I think that's really useful is say I take the key of G, which is the beginner's key, really, one of the beginner's keys, because you get to use the dots. There. So this is a good one. What this is about working with string pairs. That's a lesson in the book. It's a video on the channel. Yeah? The E and the A string, they're a string pair because they're tuned in fourths. It's the way the guitar's tuned, guys, and that's what we do. We leverage that. So if I want to take something out of one string pair, I play the octave, find the octave, and I use the octaves to bridge string pairs, okay? I'll say that again. I use octaves to bridge string pairs. Oh, Richard's late. 10,000 star jumps in the corner. Really late, mate. You're really late. Yes, okay. The timbre sounds, yes, Maria, that's it. You see, because what you're doing is you're expanding the harmony. So what we could do is, and look at this one. So if I'm here on my E string, and let's, the E string, this is why the E string's the first one to memorize, the where you memorize the notes, yes? So you go like this, you go, that's a G, you go E, F, G. So that's a G there. up 2 over 2. Up 2 frets over 2 strings. That puts me on the D string. Because I'm on the D string, I'm going to play the D-shaped octave. So I get that there. And that helps me to bridge into the B and E string pair. So I've got 3 different string pairs I'm jumping into. So if I take that and I do, let me get a little bit more technical. I'm going to play the natural minor scale. If I play that, I go root, 2nd, flat 3rd, 4th, 5th, flat 6th there. Yeah? I'm going to play the flat 7 there to bridge up. Play exactly the same thing. Jump up, bridge over with the D-shaped octave. There should be, hopefully, some light bulbs coming on here with this, guys. It means you can now connect all the strings and look at the distance that I'm going up the neck. I'm not stuck in one spot. This is harmonic minor. Yes, so I'm just moving through those. Yes. Now, I said it was chords, scales, and arpeggios. That's a scale. Yes. So if I take that there, there's an E shape. Okay? E shape G. I can turn it into minor by lowering the 3rd. Turn it into a sad one. Major, minor. But look, I can do the same thing here. Look, there's the D shape. Just joking time zone. Recap what notes I'm playing off the caged octave roots. I'm just playing it, David. I'm just playing. Basically, I was playing the natural minor, G natural minor here. So I'm playing 3, 5, 6, 3, 5, 6 on that string pair. Yeah, and then I can move up actually on the same string pair, or I can move up from below. It's the same thing. I'm just playing it in different areas. Now, what I could do here is this. This is going to be. I'll play it here because this is a D. Right? This is a D here. Yeah. This is a minor 3rd. The 5th is here. So if I play those 3 notes, I'm getting a 2nd inversion D minor arpeggio. Hear that? And all I'm doing there is I'm using my caged octaves and I'm playing the same pattern. Look, I'm playing 5. Yes, moving over to 5 to 8. 5, 5, 8. Now I move it up. Same pattern. Move it up. But I'm using the E-shaped octave and the D-shaped octave bridging those string pairs. Yeah. So what we can do is you can do that with all sorts of different major. Like let's do a major 7. Yeah. So or just do a major triad. Look. Into the 2nd string pair. That's the E and A string pair. Into the D and G string pair. Into the B and E string pair. Yeah. And the thing is, if I want to make that more expensive sounding, just add the flat 7 here. Look, flat 7, root, 3rd, 5th. chord there. And the thing is, because I've got this chord here, the chord, scale, arpeggio relationship, I can play the chord. Yeah, so if I go... Yeah, can you hear that? Yeah, so I've got that. I've got a scale. So the chord scale and the arpeggio are all in the same spot. The patterns, yes, major, minor, sevenths, everything. Okay, so it's all in one spot there. But what I'm thinking is I'm just thinking I'm in the E shape. Yeah, so I'm thinking to myself, okay, now I'm leveraging the D shape here. And I can see there's the root, there's the root, there's the major 7, there's the major 7. Yeah. Now that's a lovely way of playing your arpeggios. So you don't, you know, back in music college, it was all stuff like these big, massive arpeggio patterns that we were taught. And yeah, they were great. They were great for like understanding the patterns. But I mean, even that there, this arpeggio here, starting on an E string, so it's going to be an E shape. There's the E shape. I play the third here. Yeah, root, third, fifth, root, third, move up, and I change into the D shape. Move into a C-shaped arpeggio. Yeah, you can hear it. There's the chord, G shape, there, but in that first inversion. Yeah. So we've got that. So what's another good use case for this as well? I think it just allows you to understand that if you're playing that pentatonic. Yeah, and whether it's a major pentatonic, and Maria just put some names of some chords there. If you're doing the lead and you're not playing the chord, well, how do you make the chord sound come out? Okay. This is a major pentatonic. 5, 7, 4, 7, 4, 7, 4, 6, 5, 7, 5, 7. Now, all I need to do now is if I want to make that take on the quality of the major 7, I just go, all right, okay. There's my root, my third, and the fifth for all of that, yeah, for that chord there. There's seconds as well, but if I want the major 7th in there, I just drop down and I go. Use my E-shaped octave there. So what I can do... So, yeah, so what I can do is I can just spot these notes. If somebody says the chord is the minor 7's already in there. Let's put a major 6th in there. Okay, this is going to be an E shaped A minor, yes? That's as pentatonic, right? If it was the arpeggio, we'd go... We do that. We could even go... Well, I like to play major... I like to play minor 7. There's the minor 7 root that we could go to play that there as well. But like I said, I want the major 6th in there. If I'm playing the 7s, then it's going to be sounding a 13th. We should say that. Yeah, so now I think to myself, well, my flat 7's there. There's the root. Yeah, there's the octave. Major 7, minor 7. There's the 6th, which is also the 13. But look, if I just put it across there as a D-shaped octave. Now I can see where it lives and where I need to add it to my pentatonic. So I'll go. Yeah. So I don't need to do much. The chord is giving me the information. I'm playing my pentatonic, and I add the note that the chord is playing. Yeah. So we put that in there. So we put that one in, and we can add anything you want. Look, this major. I'll put the sharp 4 in. Well, look, caged octaves. There's the C shape, there's the A shape. I just add that to my pentatonic. So you start here to here. So you start to get the idea of the quality of that sound. So we'll put that in as well. So this is the thing. The caged octaves just help you on the fly to be able to see everything that's going on. Right, we're 1:15 into this. Let's have another look for it. The Dark Gent, I think the cage chords are matching each pattern. They all tally up. The patterns change based on the string pairs. If you've got the book, string pairs. Which page are string pairs? Some naughty boys had a go at pilfering string pairs as well. But I talk about string pairs all the time because they're so good. They help you just to break it all down. I can't find the page immediately. But that's joining it all up. Phrygian, Dem Ravens just said this. Look, watch. You ready? You ready for this, Dem? Right? A minor is here. Okay, we're thinking of this as chord 3. This will be chord 2. Yeah. That would be chord 1. Is it the next page? Obviously, Sean. It makes sense that I would do that way. Yes. Here, so I'm on chord 3. I'm spelling out. I've got the formula in my head. I'm like a good chef. I know the recipe for my chords with scales and arpeggios. So I think I want Phrygian here. I've got root, flat 2nd, flat 3rd, 4th, 5th, flat 6th, flat 7 there. Yeah, there's my. Just take it up to the octave. Play the same intervals again. Play the same intervals again. Yeah, so. Yeah, it's there. Does this make sense? Obs. Colin. Yeah, so that's one way of looking at it. Now, that's thinking about things, that's adding notes to the scales. We've looked at arpeggios, but what about, and this is why you need to learn your names of your notes, because when somebody says, what key are we in? Yeah. I saw somebody say, oh yeah, you need to learn intervals. Yeah, you need to learn intervals. That's just one side of it. But somebody says, yeah, but you need to learn your intervals. You don't need to know the names of your notes. I mean, the thing is, if somebody says you're in C major and you can't find C, if somebody says we're playing in the key of A flat major and you can't find A flat, you're buggered. You're lost. Yeah. So the thing is, that's why you need to be able to do this. And then it becomes the thing that somebody says, look, somebody goes, I said A flat there, didn't I? I went, look, E, F, G, A, there's A. Move it down one, we get A flat. There's A flat. Right, okay. You've got the A flat. I'm not stuck in this position because I'm using an E pattern. The E patterns are what we use all the time. This one. everybody starts on this thick E string here. You don't need to be stuck there, okay? Because what we can do is we can shift through the CAGED patterns. Yeah. Moving it everywhere. Now, it's everywhere. It's just really easy for you to see. Okay? So, the reason we want to know this, we need to know what key we're playing in. Because once you've got the key, then everything unlocks. Now, do you know, it's one of those things. This is a really weird analogy. This is the way I see it. Do you know those movies where the spy has been caught? He's in this dungeon. He's sat on a chair with a big bright light shining on him. And they bring the torture expert in. Yeah, and he's got like this suitcase or this roll of tools or whatever. You know, his equipment that he uses to torture the person to get the information out of them, the spy. Yeah. Well, what happens is once you know where everything is reliably, and you can find your spot, that everything just rolls out, just like that torture guy, the torturer. Yeah, right. All the tools roll out, and you can see your scalpel, you can see your pliers, you can see everything. Yeah, you can see your blowtorch, you can see the whole lot. Yeah, everything just rolls out in front of you, and you know where it is. And the thing that really helps you with this is if you know your CAGED octaves, you know your string pairs, and you know the gift that keeps on giving, the L7 grid. Don't forget, there are more grids, yes. The 4 main ones, 7 really, but 4 main ones that I use. Look at this. This is the tonic for my key of A flat. This is where I might want to play the L7 grid. If I've got the L7 grid, there's chord 1, chord 4, chord 5, chord 6, chord 3, chord 2. Does this make sense? So, chord 1, I know in that position I'm going to play. I'm going to play a major pentatonic. Or I'm going to play a major scale there. Okay, is it safe? It is safe. Yes, it is safe. So look, so I'm in the key of A flat there. And I know that using my L7 grid, I've got a major chord, major chord, major chord there. Got my minor chords in that position there. So I know that I've got an E shape here, and I've got an A shape. Now the L7 grid, the way that I've shown you, yeah, is it's using the E and the A shapes. Look, so here, this is an E shape. This is moving to an A shape. Yeah, this is an A shape. This is an A shape. Okay? E shape, E shape, E shape. Okay? Yeah, so we've got all those guys there. All living there. I've got to see everything. So my whole toolkit has just unrolled there. Music is torture. Yes, Marcel, it can feel like that sometimes. It can. You know, let's not sugarcoat it. It's not the easiest thing to do. But I will say that if you stick at it and you get good at something, you defeat the thing that is the challenge, then you're going to feel very proud of yourself. And that's what life's all about, really, isn't it? Those kind of moments where you go, yeah, I'm actually getting somewhere. You know, no one. You know, you've got to go somewhere to kind of really see things, don't you? So, okay. Hopefully this makes sense. So the thing is, this is going to do the. So when G fed CBA's BA get tortured radically, it all ties in. Trust me. So the thing is, now what we've got, you'll notice that this here, I'm going to move into the guitar friendly key because it means you can see things clearer because of the dots. Yeah, this is the key of G. 1, 4, 5, 2, 3, 6. So major, 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 minor, minor, minor. My diminished, half diminished up here. My half diminished is here if I want it. So, but you can hear that there's my tonic. Now, what I do, this is the important one. If I go up to, jump over to the D string. Now, I think to myself, myself, okay, well, I've got my D shape is under there, so I could play this chord here. There's my 1, 4, and 5. It's just there. Okay? 1, 4, 5. Hopefully this makes sense. I'm still in the same key of G. That's going to be 2, 3, 6. Now what I could do is I could think to myself, I could go 1. That's major. There's the triad. Because I know that chord 1 is a major 7 chord, I'll add the major 7 down here. This is going to be minor. So this starts to plot out my L7 grid on the middle string pair, guys. Middle string pair. And I can even take this over onto the B and E string pair. So look, 1, 5, 1, 4, 5, 6, 3, 2. So the thing is, if I'm here and I'm playing G and somebody's, I can go, I can target the root note for that chord up here, because what I'm doing is I'm just transferring the L7 grid over on the string pairs, but using the octaves to bridge the string pairs. Does this make sense? Okay, so look. Yeah? You could even play. So that means when somebody's down here and it's in the key of G, I just go, I don't even need to think where they're playing. They say, all right, we're in the key of G. I start down here, and this is where I start. So I go. Yeah. Yeah, so I can move up there. Yeah. And so I can see where everything is. And all I'm doing is I'm just following the L7 grid. No worries, cakeaways. Oh, it's always good. You don't need to explain when there's cake involved. 1, 4, 5, 6, 3, 2. Major, major, minor, major, 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 minor, minor, minor. Yes, on the grid. Christ is King. Yes, so 1, 4, 5. L7 on D string. Do it again, please. Okay, no worries, Martin. I'll show you how I got there, though, because everybody knows the E string best, yeah? So this is the note here. This is the G. Strings 2 and 3, you mean Topher, on the G and B string. It's a little bit tricky. They skew if, but you definitely get it on 4 and 5. Yes, you do. You get it on 4 and 5 as well. So look, 1, 4, 5. Okay. Now just move down here. 1, 4, 5. So there, this is the D string. So that's going to be major, major, major. Now if I want to be really clever about it, I go major 7, major 7, dominant 7. You see, so I'm here and I'm thinking to myself, so if I think that's the root, I can think flat 7, root, and then I can go to the 3rd, to the 5th. Yeah. So I get these little patterns that help me across there, yeah? So it's really useful way of understanding it, and it's just like, I suppose you could say that it's really getting the most out of the CAGED system is dependent on this idea of bridging the string pairs and also, you know, knowing what key you're in. But the way you know what key you're in is you use the L7 grid. It's pretty simple. It's all in the book, guys. It's all in the book. It's all in the book, and it's going to become something else. They're going to use this in. I'm going to flesh this out into a bigger thing, a much bigger course or something like that. So, like I say, it's because it's in the book. I'm going to put this up here now. It's this time. I need a sip of water. I've just been talking. It's like, you know, surprised you're still here. So that's why people have gone for cake. Oh, somebody's put down, thumbs down. Oh dear. Somebody's very sad. Yeah, so hopefully that makes sense. So the way we've got to think about it is that that the CAGED system is this framework. It maps out the fretboard, because otherwise there's nothing there to tell us what the notes are. Yeah, there is nothing there. There's no way of really seeing anything where it is. Must be hard on a saxophone or a, you know, monophonic instrument like a flute or something like that. Because you've really got nothing to look at. You're not even looking, are you? You're just doing that. You've got to remember it all in your fingers. So that's the thing. So each chord is a station. You move through those shapes. You find the chords. Find the scales, find the arpeggios. Okay. I might do something with them. You know, I might do a kind of a masterclass online workshop, if that would be something that you'd dig. Then I could do that. I could just and I could put a nice booklet together for that. Yorkshire tea is better than water. Yes, it is actually. I forgot there, but it's gone cold. It's cold tea. Special brownies. Marcel's having special brownies. We know what you're talking about there, mate. Special ones. They're the ones with like sprinkles on top, aren't they? It's icing. You've got some icing to go there. Gary, see you later. Next time. See you on the next one. Okay, so if you did want the book, I've put it up there. And let me just show you something, actually, guys. Let me just show you. If you buy the ebook, you know, the ebook version, then all the videos for that get hosted on my on my website. So I'll show you, and I'll show you how you get to that. The easiest way to get to it, hang on, let me just see. Yep, there it is I've got a little notification there for installing audio, right? Here is the Fretboard Fraternity. This is the Fretboard Fraternity. So what you can do is, if you join the Fretboard Fraternity, for instance, and you want the book, then what you can do, oh, hang on, let me just change this over, because this is the web address for that. Join that there. Here's the chat. Here's everything here. Okay. There's the chat there. Everybody's in there having a good old chat. But if you go to learning, you go to the learning section, well, there's the ebook version there. You can buy that, and then it's all in there. And then when you go in, what happens is, let me just do this. It's thinking. Right, there we go. So there's the book. There's your link to download it there. You can download it by clicking this icon here. But also what's inside there is all the videos for the lessons that go along with this. Okay, so if you wanted to do let's say, hang on, let's have a look. I think we've got this in here. What page did we say we were on? 15. So let's look at this. This lesson is actually in here. Look, there's the L7 grid. There's an L7 grid lesson. It's in there. Okay, so that's all in there. But also you've got cycle of thirds, interval seesaw, triad families. What else have we got? String pair framework. You want to know how the string pair thing works? I've done lessons on that. They're all in there because they're part of the book. This is what the Wednesday class is all about, guys. It's like lessons from the book. And then what we've got, octave theory, extending things, so dominant shell chords, all sorts of different cool things. Chord tone connection, all sorts of good stuff in there. All the videos, they're all in there. All those videos from the book, all in there. You just click play. You're good to go. But then you go back and then you can discuss them in the discussion section here. Okay, there you go. Oh, hang on, So John's just put in here 51 minutes. I don't need another course, study Ricky. I don't need another pedal, study Ricky. I don't need another Patreon subscription, study. I don't need the guitar. Maybe I do, Ricky. yeah. I just need to say, you know, the thing is, no matter what you think, it's like you're always going to need another guitar. You're always going to need another guitar. Guys, I think we've just about probably hit the limit of everybody's attention spans. Everybody's wanting cake now. You know, thanks, Gary. I know you've gone, but thanks. Everybody's about to. Hopefully, everybody's just about to put this into practice. Yes. So, if you have any questions, then the best place to ask those questions are over in the Fretboard Fraternity. So just join us. The link's there. The URL's there. The link's in the video description below. And all that stuff. Thank you very much, everybody, for rocking up today. I appreciate it. I appreciate your time. And I hope you've enjoyed that tonight, this transmission. And I just want to tell you, like I do at the end of every session, yeah, just to remind you, don't quit. Pick it up a little bit every day. Do it in 5 minutes. I was watching a thing, Rusty Cooley, Shredder. Yeah, he was saying he just practices things for 5 minutes, puts the guitar down and then does something else. Yeah, 5 minutes. Yeah, don't try and stuff like 3 hours and then, you know, feel bad about yourself because you couldn't complete a 3-hour marathon or whatever because your fingers are sore or whatever. 5 minutes, little and often, pick it up, or, you know, keep it out where you can see it. Yeah, because I want you to remember, like I say, who you are playing guitar for. You're playing guitar for you, not for anybody else. Yes, remember that. You have to remember this. And just reminding you, just keep you on track. A little bit of just like a bit of accountability. If you have that thought in your head that you're doing it for you and nobody else, then you don't feel the stress and pressure of having to, you know, be really, really kind of strict about it. If you can't practice one day, it's fine. It's fine. You know, the thing is, it's not about the destination. There is no destination because guitar is so huge, you're never going to finish it. It's not like one of these computer games where oh yeah, I finished it, mate, 3 days. You know, it's not going to happen. Yes, not going to happen. So the thing is, enjoy the journey, enjoy the whole thing of it, and the way you do that is remembering that it's for you that you are playing guitar, guys. It's you. It's a gift that you are giving yourself. So with that, I will say thank you very much for coming along tonight. I will see you hopefully in the comments, and I will see you maybe next week as well for another Wednesday guitar class from the book. Make sure you put this stuff into practice. You're not going to learn it by osmosis. You're not going to learn it by putting the book on a shelf. Yeah, I will say that. So, thank you very much for turning up today. Take care of yourself and take care of each other. Till next week. See you later, guys.